Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Melissa, nutritionist with a background in Chinese medicine, also the owner of Sexy Food Therapy. A bunch of people are filing in, so hello. Thank you for all the hearts, I really appreciate it. Hey, how's it going? Hola Melissa! Hello. Good morning. Morning. It's so wonderful. I'm just out with Bodhi, and there's been something kind of on my mind that I really want to chat about, and I think it's a really good topic about unlocking the powers of being a woman and harnessing that. And I really want to be able to chat about that because there's going to be some really amazing information today on today's Cope. So a couple of things, guys, if you guys can do me a favor. Number one, if you're new, please write down your first name because I'd love to give you a shout out. So just let me know, are you new? Please write your first name down so I can shout you out right now. Let me know. Christina is new on the Scope. Hey, newbie Katie. Heidi as well. Jacqueline. Nicole, fairly new. I've seen you here before. Elena, Roxanne, Natalie, Amanda, Leah. So a bunch of you guys are certainly new. So hello. Val, amazing. So I wanted to be able to do this Scope, and before we do, I'd really like it if you guys could share this Scope, please and thank you. So share it with your followers, share it on Facebook, invite your followers, and share it on Twitter, on all that jazz. And let's not pay attention to the trolls. The more that we focus on that, the more that we give them energy and power. So that just sucks. So let's not do that. All right. Sometimes they're robots too, so they just don't get it. All right. So let's get to it. So the powers of being a woman. It's interesting. I feel that, and I said this a little bit before in a previous Scope of mine, that the rise of feminism has been amazing to watch, and it certainly empowered a lot of women, 1000%. And with that said, I think the downfalls of feminism have been a couple, and that has been that with feminism we're taught almost like to hold our ground, for equality, and all these things are super important, really important. However, what I do want to say is that we have to, with that assertiveness, we also have to remember to harness our softness as well. Now, that might kind of make your eyes roll, but truthfully, there used to be this thing that I would read in Christiane Northrup's book a long time ago, like I think well over 10 years ago. And she said that the reason why women actually get ovarian cysts and all these reproductive issues is because they have a disconnect with their own femininity. And I didn't get it. I was like, I'm comfortable being a woman. I'm totally comfortable being a woman. I don't know what this woman has to say. And I thought, I just didn't fucking get it. I get it now. Sorry, I'm playing with my dog with the chuck-it. I get it now. What she meant, or what she's saying is that to be a woman isn't just about being assertive. It's not just about standing up for yourself and holding your ground and go and blah 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 blah. It's also about, we as women have a special power, and it's about our softness and nourishing. We are the providers, and that's kind of a really big thing. Being a provider and being this is almost ingrained in us. And the problem is, as we get all these hormonal issues, there's something medically called when things go wrong with your HPA axis, which is the hypothalamic, pituitary, and adrenal axis. And essentially where that all begins, where this all begins is with the adrenals. And I talk a lot about stress with my Sexy Lady Balls hormone membership program. And women who take my membership program will know, any ballers who are on this Scope right now, any ballers, if you are, just say yes. Stress doesn't have to suck. It sucks because the way that you're reacting to it. So we got a bunch of ballers. Yes, awesome. Hola, sweet. So as you can see, there's a bunch of them. And they all know that I'm huge in terms of self-care, which a lot of people roll their eyes and go, it's easier said than done, Melissa. I know, stress management, they roll their eyes. I used to too. And, this hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, this axis gets all fucked up with our reproductive issues, fibroids, cysts, adenomyosis, you fucking name it. It all gets messed up because of our adrenals. And why? Because we're go, 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 go. I gotta be assertive out there in the world. I gotta make sure that I'm an amazing businesswoman. I gotta fucking hustle. We are worshiping at the altar of hustle, people. We are worshiping at the altar of hustle. And you know what happens when we do that? We forget the power. We forget the power of our yin, our softness. We forget that power. When we are yang, so there's yin and yang, not yang, people, yang. So with yin, with yang, we have our yin. But if we're yang all the time, that assertiveness, that go, 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 that alpha female. You can be an alpha female, but do me a favor, don't fucking be alpha stupid. Okay? Because if you're alpha stupid, it means that you've gone full force like I did for years, where I ended up burning out like numerous amounts of times, where I had zero boundaries. The majority of women who come to see me initially do not understand the importance of boundaries when they first come in to see me. The second they realize that boundaries create space is the moment that they stop stealing time and energy from others, and the moment that others stop doing the same thing to them, and the moment that they stop being victims every single day. That's huge. You look back on history, that the idea of hysteria, this hysteria, which the root word of hysteria is hystera, it sort of all came from the ancient Greeks, who actually believed that hysteria came from the influence of the womb, believe it or not. Interesting. So if women actually showed a moment of weakness, if we showed a softness, that we are deemed from even earlier in life, that if we have these moments of softness, that they're deemed weak. Oh, you're soft? You must be weak. Oh, you cried? You must be weak. Oh, you're not being assertive enough? You must be fucking weak. But that's not the case. And thank you guys for all the hearts. Anybody who's watching the replay, please double tap that screen. It shows Periscope that you dig the content I'm putting out there. Thinking that we're weak because we are soft is one of the biggest disadvantages you will ever have in life. It will be one of your biggest setbacks. And this keeps coming up for me lately. So today, and this might be a lot of TMI for men, but I don't really care because I love to talk about taboo topics, but I got my period today. And period tends to be this taboo topic, and thank fucking God that menstruation is coming up more in the forefront because we need to talk about it. But I got my period today, and old me, leading up to it, would have been an absolute nightmare to deal with. I, went to the post office yesterday to go mail out some hormone kits, and when I was there, the system was down at my local post office. And old me would have been like, "Ugh, are you serious? Are you serious? It's down?" And I would have chewed that woman out from behind the counter, even though it's not her fault because it's down. That's exactly what I would have done. And I didn't do that. I said, "That's cool. It's not your fault. It's all good. Is it a bit of an inconvenience? Sure. But it's not one that she created." Old me, when I would have gotten my period, I would have curled up into a little ball, and I would have cried, and I would have played victim, and I would have said, "Forget about it." I'm exhausted. True. And there's not a problem taking time off. There's not a problem taking that day to nourish yourself. There's no shame in that, okay? It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, what I did today is I'm kind of like, I love exercises, like Pio is one of my favorites, but for when I actually got my period, I've recently subscribed to Yoga Glow, which I'm totally digging, and I searched on their site. It's a subscription thing where you actually have to pay, I think, $18 a month, but for the first month you get it for free, so you can try it out. But I searched these videos on yoga for menstruation. And so what I did is I literally did this entire yin series for 90 minutes of just really gentle stretching. Old me would have been like, fuck, you want me to lay there for like 90 minutes and just do stretching? How boring. I want intensity. I want cardio. I want you to tell me to run faster and jump higher, and I want you to fucking yell at me so I can get it done. That's what I am, because I'm a hustler. No one's going to tell me what to do or how to do it. Melissa's her own boss, and I'm going to show everybody. That's exactly who I used to be. And now I'm like, that doesn't make me stronger. That makes me fucking weaker. Because the second that you're like, I don't need anybody to tell me how to do this, I can do it myself. That's the second you're yang, or as some of you guys might want to say, yang. And then you do that, and someone just said it is so tiring. Bingo, right on the fucking money. The second you do that, you know what happens? Your yin becomes deficient. So what happens? You get adrenal fatigue because you've been going nonstop forever. And one day your body's going to give out because it's going to go, really? You thought this was you being strong? Girl, I got something else to tell you, because you've actually been getting weaker every fucking day by having this attitude of aggression, like the whole world is against you, and that you gotta show them how fucking strong you are because people beat you down all your life, and this is what you've got to do. And it's bullshit, truthfully. And I've been learning so much about this lately. The more that I, am able to meditate in the morning, even if it's for 5 or 10 minutes, although I'm at 20 minutes right now. And then the moment that at the end of the day, I shut my laptop and go, people can wait, no babies are dying. And the moment that I can do an hour of restorative yoga at the end of my day to unwind and just stretch in poses for 2 to 3 minutes actually has been changing me. It has been changing how I react. It's allowing me to love bigger. It's allowing me to love bigger myself, others around me. It's allowing me to serve at a higher level. It's allowing me to walk the bigger talk as well, or walk the bigger talk. You guys know what I mean? And so I want to leave you with that and really question when people go, oh, but it's stress sucks. Yeah, it sucks. But it only sucks because how you're fucking dealing with it. That's why. It only sucks because how you're dealing with it. Did it suck that your boss was an asshole? Absolutely. You have the power of how you deal with it. Did it suck because someone died? Yes. Did it suck because maybe you had a flood and you lost a bunch of stuff in your home? Yeah, it sucks, and you're allowed to grieve it. You are allowed to grieve it. But to be able to sit there and become a victim to your circumstances is the worst thing that you can do. The worst thing you can do as a woman is to charge ahead and think that your strength is to be assertive the entire way is going to be huge. Love you, Melissa, but you're making me dizzy moving in circles. Oh, I'm sorry about that. So those are something that I just want to be able to stress with you guys, because man, if you think that assertiveness and going strong the entire time is going to make you a stronger person, life will kick you on your ass hormonally. That's big. It takes time to learn that trait. It took me a while, and I live life so much better. And the interesting thing, as an entrepreneur, what I noticed, and I was telling this to a girlfriend of mine the other day, I said, I worshipped at the altar of hustle so hard that the day, and I had to, because I was like, I had to, but I didn't realize that during those times when I didn't have any furniture in my apartment for almost a year, that if I actually scheduled in some time to nourish myself, I might have actually gotten a lot further, a lot faster. I probably wouldn't have gotten sick the copious amount of times I did and then felt like a fraud there afterwards. Because here I am telling other people to be healthy when I'm pulling crazy days, when I'm so stressed out because I'm, hustling so hard. But you schedule in that self-care, because if you don't, you're saying that all these other things matter way more than you. And you might be like, but they do, because those things pay my bills. Well, actually, no, because if you're not around, there's nothing. You got nothing left. So those are really big things. But I said to my girlfriend, I go, the interesting thing was I worshipped at the altar of hustle for so freaking long that what I realized was that when I actually started to make money, I realized that I stopped and I was like, but now what do I do? I don't even know how not to hustle. I don't know how to slow down. I don't know how to slow down. And most women will actually agree with that. That if you have been someone who has been hustling for a long time, if you've been assertive and you've been a go type personality, A-type, etc., the second that you are trying to slow down, you don't even know how to. And if you don't know how to, it means you need more of it and you need to practice it like it's your fucking job. Really, really, really huge. It is an identity crisis, but truthfully, I think that as women, we've had an identity crisis for a very long time. And it's not just about past circumstances of fucking shit that happened to us, although that those do play factors. It's also has to do with also societal impacts of how women in society have actually been shown in the media of what people deem as weak. Those are really big influences as well that we can't negate. But the hustling becomes addiction. And so for me, like I said, the way that I actually end up slowing down now is I schedule it. I schedule boundaries in my life. If I don't do that, then my self-care is gonna fall by the wayside. How do you know if you have to slow down? By you asking me that question, chances are you probably do. Because if you knew that you were already doing self-care as it is, you wouldn't be questioning it to begin with. You also need to learn how to say no. Absolutely. And the other thing that I notice as well, especially with women, is that we're terrible at asking for help. Horrible asking for help. Horrible. And then we blame everyone around us for the fact that we don't have enough help. We don't have support. Then ask for it. Ask for it. And you know what happens is one of the biggest blessings about getting sick is that support comes to you a lot of the times. So a lot of the times when I got sick, and I got really sick and I was in hospital, what I noticed was people stepped up and I got the support. But if I asked for that support previously, I probably would have received it. But I felt that I didn't need it. I can do it myself. That assertive person coming out again. Most women don't know how to delegate. Control freaks, 1,000%. But the control freaks come from the idea of feeling that to be a strong woman comes to be becoming assertive. Like I said, you can be an alpha female, but just don't be alpha stupid. That's me. I hate asking for help. Then I feel so out of place. Yeah, and if you hate asking for help, then truthfully, you're literally going to put yourself under. You really, really, truly will. Or women, saying to their man, you should just know. You should just know. I got your question, the Green Creator. I've seen it 3 times. I will answer it, so I got it. I know that, he should just know what to do. He should know what to do. Men are really fucking simple creatures, ladies. Just tell them what you want. Stop creating issues that don't need to be there. Stop assuming. Stop overanalyzing. Stop doing that. Shit, yes, I tried to do everything when I first had my son. I burnt out so fast. Absolutely. They don't. You have to spell it out for them. And, it's interesting because I've had my, Eric, my fiance, soon to be husband at the end of the month, said to me, he's like, just tell me what you want and I'll do it for you. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, he's completely right. And then because you can't afterwards go, well, he didn't do it because I didn't, you didn't ask him. You didn't tell him. You can't assume. Stop doing that. And the other thing I want to be able to say is, outside of, sorry, I'm just going to throw this ball really quickly. Aside of that, how do we end up slowing down? I know this question came up. Lord knows how many times, but I will answer this. How do we slow down? The way that we end up slowing down are, like I said, boundaries, and I've mentioned this before, boundaries. Learning to say no. Look at everything on your plate and how many times you're saying yes to shit that you just don't want to say yes to, that you could say no to. Get on your mat and even start to incorporate some yin yoga. Incorporate it. Incorporate some restorative practices. These are all really, really important things to be able to, I've been saying no lately, feels great. These are really important things. But I honestly believe at the end of my day, I can do a 30-minute yoga practice that's yin, of stretching. I can meditate more, so I'm less reactive. Taking my yin teacher training in this November. Congrats! If you don't do it, the universe will shift to a halt. You're so not a yoga person, probably because you don't know enough about it. Sorry, I'm going to give truth bombs big time on this one. There are a gazillion forms of yoga, and it doesn't mean just sitting there and stretching. There are 1,000 different types of yoga, and I'm somebody who definitely wasn't that person who actually believed in it very much. I said no yesterday, and my husband was so proud of me. So those are really big ones. So, yeah. Sorry, guys. I got little asshole dogs. Oh, come here. So those are really big things. This is incredible power in saying no without disclaimers. That's a great one. Say no without a disclaimer. I think that's really, really powerful. The other things that I want to be able to say to you guys, just sort of final thoughts here. So as I said, yoga, saying no, boundaries, self-care. Self-care is when people are like, yeah, self-care, hashtag self-care. How often are you doing that? What, once a week? It should be on an everyday as though it's your fuel. That will fuel you to become a stronger woman. Stronger means softness. You can't have yin without yang, or yang without yin. Absolutely. If you like Pilates, you can totally like yoga. Even if you just want to do Pilates, that's great. But you need a yin practice. Payo is also amazing. It's Pilates and yoga mixed in. But at the end of the day, or on your day of your period, or the day that you're feeling tired, do restorative. It literally will change your life. Big time. Finish the statement, people may not help to learn your boundaries. Yeah, help to learn your boundaries. Payo's on the way DVD. What will that do? Check out Payo. I'm not going to get into the ins and outs of Payo's, guys. I really want to stay on topic. Please and thank you. To learn how to control your inner noise really requires for you to actually be dedicated to nourishing yourself. So setting boundaries is huge. Saying no is huge. Scheduling time for yourself is massive. If you feel guilty because you took time off, how many of us feel guilty when we take time off? And thank you for the hearts, guys. Other of you guys, please double tap that screen. Have you ever felt sort of guilty because you took time off? The second that you do, remind yourself that you are not going to become this strong, empowered woman without that time off, without that nourishment, because that nourishment is your fuel to keep going. Remember that. The time off and the rest is the nourishment to keep going. It is your fuel. Remember that. Those are really big things for you guys to remember. Because if you don't and you feel guilty, it means you still need to practice it. It's a practice. It's like going full speed and working on your business is a practice. You do it every day and you learn how to become more efficient. You think about, self-care, it's a practice. Meditation, you think you're going to clear your head? Good luck. Unless you're Buddha, it's going to be really challenging. I do it so all my mental diarrhea can come out, and that the rest of my day I can be clear-headed, that I can focus more. It's like brushing your teeth, exactly. I'm more focused. so that I can go to the post office and not bitch somebody out because I'm no longer reactive. The person I want to be, ask yourself, who do I want to be? For me, it's being a strong, empowered woman. And we need to be able to redefine what it means, what strength means. Strength doesn't necessarily mean having a fucking six-pack. Strength doesn't necessarily mean going full force all the time. Strength also means slowing down, and it means being gentle, and it means being soft. Soft is not your weakness. You know, like I said to you guys before about the ancient Greeks and the idea of hysteria, and that they felt that the hysteria was actually from the influence of the womb. And long time ago, when they felt that women were hysteria because it must be because you're a woman because you have a womb, they would burn women at the stake. Now, what do? They medicate them. And what do? We medicate ourselves. We medicate ourselves because we have depression. Why do we have depression? It's not because we're sad. We have depression because it's anger turned inwards. That's what it is. We don't know how to express ourselves in the proper way. I let my kids watch TV so I could watch your Periscope the other night. Self-care, sweet. Hell yeah. Awesome. So I wanted to be able to do this scope because I thought it was really important because clearly my demographic is mainly women. Although I do have some amazing men who tune in, and holla to all the men who actually watch my scopes and, follow my work, because I think that you are stronger for knowing the other side as well, and being able to understand the other side as well, and being a feminist in your own right. I think that's all really important. But I just want the women who are watching to remember and redefine not yourself, but also to redefine what you believe strength is. The second that you do, you can go leaps and bounds bigger than you were. It's the reason why in my program, in my membership program, Sexy Lady Balls, which you guys can check out the full info at sexyladyballs.com, sexyladyballs.com. But when you actually check out that program and you're in the program, that membership program, because it's a membership, you start to realize how self-care is so freaking crucial to your hormones. It's so crucial. If you don't do it, you can take all the supplements you want and drink all the green smoothies you want, but you'll just end up being a miserable person with green shit on your face. That's what will happen. But if you nourish and really take yourself seriously and really incorporate your softness as your strength and give yourself some self-care, you will see shifts begin to happen because your adrenals will end up following. So working out doesn't make you a stronger person. Taking supplements diligently doesn't make you a better person. Eating well doesn't make you a better person. Your lifestyle makes you a better person because other people will benefit from it as well. Huge. Huge. You'll be a nicer person. You'll be kinder to yourself and to others. The second you're miserable and you have the attitude that everyone's against me and I'm a fucking victim and, you're angry. You're this angry person. And you feel that the whole world's against you. It's you're angry with yourself. That's your barometer to let you know that you require self-care more than anything. Oh, and that's the last thing I want to touch on, guys, before I go. Gratitude. I have a very big pet peeve with gratitude. Here's why. Gratitude. I absolutely loathe when people go, I'm so grateful for the sun. I'm so grateful for my dog, although he is pretty cute. I'm so grateful. I have a pet peeve with this shit because it's so easy to feel gratitude when things go well. It is. It doesn't mean that these things you're not grateful for, because of course you're grateful for a cute dog and for the sun. Of course. But truthfully, that's not the only thing you should be grateful for. What true gratitude and the juiciest form of gratitude is when shit goes wrong. When things are hard. And when your day is really rough. That's when you should dig fucking deep and find gratitude. So when I see these gratitude posts of let's do 30 days of gratitude, I'm just like, really, of all the things you're grateful for, that when things are going well in your life, why not tell me what struggle you are grateful for? When you do, I will have way more respect for you because you did the work and you dove deep. That's true gratitude. That's the most potent form of gratitude you could ever have. Really? Who's grateful for shit going wrong? Really? Let me fucking break it down to you, girl, and give you a little piece of advice here on this one. Gratitude. Shit goes wrong. Okay? I end up in the hospital. I have an ovarian cyst that ruptures, tears off a fucking piece of my right ovary. I hemorrhage, they have to take up to 3 liters of fucking blood, and they have to staple me with 24 staples, and give me a 6-inch incision, and give me, a blood transfusion and an epidural. You know what the gratitude was for that I realized while I was on that bed in the hospital as I was recovering? And I couldn't move, I couldn't sneeze, I couldn't laugh, I couldn't do anything. You want to know what I was fucking grateful for? I was grateful because my family, that I hadn't spoken to my sister in 3 months prior to that happening. I couldn't stand her. But I was grateful because she stepped up. And I was grateful for the new formed relationship that I had. I was grateful because I got so determined as I was laying there in bed recovering of how am I going to serve other people as a result. I was so grateful that it happened to me because it made me fight. Because before I went into surgery, my back seized. And they had a pillow in my lower back. So I went into the OR and they went to go give me a shot of anesthesia. But they said, you have to be. Look, I'm grateful for having my heart broken. It led me to you, which led me to newfound spirituality. Boom. So they're about to put the anesthesia in my hand and they go, honey, we have to lay you down. We have to lay you down, otherwise the anesthesia won't work. And I said, you can't take the pillow out from behind, I'm going to scream. And they said, in 3 seconds, I promise you, you'll be out. And apparently I screamed bloody murder, and then of course I was out. But you know what that pain taught me? Was that I am so brave, and I'm so strong, that if I can go through those things, I can go through, my tolerance is so much bigger. I'm grateful my dad passed away and he is free of pain. He's in a better place. I'm grateful of problems because it brings things to perspective. Look at how the people are stepping up. So for the person who said, how can you be grateful for struggle? I know that many of the people who are now commenting of all the things that they're grateful for of their struggle are likely, a huge part of them are my ballers because they know that I say this often. What struggle are you grateful for, guys? What struggle are you grateful for, guys? That will show you right there. That is how you practice gratitude. So with that said, guys, I really, really hope that you guys, I'm grateful for being in an abusive relationship because now I can appreciate real love. Can't get more powerful than that. Guys, thank you so much for a very powerful scope. I hope that you guys enjoyed this scope, that you took some learnings away from it, that you can reanalyze what you think about strength. That if you're going through that moment, if you're like, I'm not, I need to be stronger, then remember that your softness is your strength. And with that said, I hope you guys have an awesome day. I love you. Bye.